Hello and welcome to Nta2 News at this hour. I am Awal Yusuf Jibo. Here is also a quick reminder that you can also watch us on our Nta2.tv website from your mobile devices live 24/7. We stream live on Facebook at Nta2 Lagos Network Center and on YouTube at Nta2 Lagos. Drug abuse being perpetrated by various groups and persons seem to have persisted despite many arrests and prosecution of alleged suspects caught either in the process of trafficking or abuse of the substance. While the warnings and education of dangers associated with the use had fallen on deaf ears of abusers, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency continues to sharpen its sword to rid the country of drug abuse. Abolade Salami reports.
The relentless efforts by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to address the growing abuse of drugs in the society has led to the arrest of some notorious drug syndicates in Lagos State, with the arrest of 90 suspects in 7 weeks for being in possession of hard drugs, totaling more than 614.396 kilograms of various types of substances. The Lagos State Command of NDLA says tactical techniques have been employed to uncover means used to perpetrate illicit acts. The command in its recent operations arrested an Indian man in possession of tramadol weighing 225 kilograms and another syndicate who allegedly specializes in importing sophisticated drugs baked in cakes, biscuits, cookies, suspected to be from the U.S.
And the one thing that is particularly important is the recent types of drugs that we are witnessing. You have seen that some of these drugs are baked like biscuits and cookies, and people can take it as edibles. So this can be sold in supermarkets and in shops, and people can take it without anybody knowing that these are actually dangerous drugs.
The syndicates got their fingers burnt when the long arm of the law caught up with them after a tip-off and thorough surveillance by the command.
Don't do such a mistake which can give you a big trouble, and I'm just here.
That whatever you should, I don't know. I'm just confused.
For more indication, the marching order given by the chairman of the agency to officers and men to conquer the abuse of drugs in Nigeria is yielding positive results. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, Nta News.
The International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Office of the U.S. Embassy has donated equipment to support the correctional information management systems of the Nigeria Correctional Service. Acting Controller General of Nigeria Correctional Services, John Muraburi, while receiving the equipment, noted that the equipment donation is the first step in the partnership. The U.S. Ambassador Leonard says the U.S. Embassy is proud to partner with the Nigeria Correctional Service to incorporate information technology into the management practices which will address prolonged pre-trial detention in pursuit of the Nigerian government's efforts to apply and enforce the rule of law and respect for human rights. The equipment donated includes satellite broadband VSAT dishes, desktop computers, printers, internet routers, servers, and furniture. A U.S. government grant worth $3.9 million will follow to train Nigeria Correctional Service officials in the use of the CIMS modules. The support to the service, which began in 2017 with a pilot program at Kuje Prison, has evolved into the Correctional Information Management Systems, CIMS. This donation will equip CIMS in 3 locations in Nasarawa State, specifically Kefi New, Kefi Old, and Lafia Custodial Centers. The new equipment will enable the Nigerian Correctional Service to capture inmates' biographical data at correctional facilities, thereby facilitating legal assistance and family contact. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari this Thursday held a strategic meeting with the newly appointed EFCC Chairman Abdulrasheed Bawa. State House correspondent Adam Sambu reports.
Well done for your marathon interaction with the Senate.
Thank you very much, Excellency.
This is the first formal engagement between President Muhammadu Buhari and the new EFCC chairman, Abdurrashid Bawa. The meeting is coming barely 24 hours after the confirmation of Bawa's appointment by the Senate in line with the provisions of the EFCC Act. The agenda of the meeting, held behind closed doors, was not made public, but Nta2 News gathered that the new helmsman of the anti-graft agency was in the State House to formally appreciate the president for the trust and confidence reposed in him. Mr. Bawa also used the opportunity to reassure the president of his unshakable resolve to discharge his mandate conscientiously, without fear or favor, and with high sense of responsibility, patriotism, as well as accountability. The EFCC chairman did not speak to newsmen after his engagement with the president, but he was said to have promised the Nigerian leader that under his watch there will be no sacred cows in the fight against corruption. President Buhari congratulated the new appointee and assured him of every support and encouragement in the task of recovering the nation's assets from those who abused public trust, no matter their status. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, Nta2 News.
Northern governors are in a two-day meeting in Kaduna with issues of insecurity and how to secure the release of the abducted Kagara students topmost on their agenda. Muhammad Umar Ajingi reports that youth empowerment and inclusion of traditional rulers in the forefront of maintaining peaceful coexistence in the country are also up for discussion. Inspector General of the Police, Mohammed Adamu, Chief of Staff to the President.
Forum begins a two-day meeting here at the Government House Council chambers in Kaduna to deliberate on a number of issues bedeviling the region, ranging from the issue of insecurity as well as the phenomenon of Almajiri in the region, inclusion of youths in governance, and also making traditional rulers of the region to be at the forefront of preaching peaceful coexistence in their various communities.
It's no doubt that this kind of robust engagement provides a very important platform for deep reflection and dialogue on pertinent issues affecting not only northern Nigeria, but the nation as a whole.
That is why we have remained resolute in supporting and advising the federal government, collaborating with relevant security agencies, and also using opportunities at our disposal to work for a more secure nation.
Come up with possible solutions to all these problems. And we must continue to chat and continue to discuss more and more, never to give up.
Working with our respected traditional rulers, community and civic leaders, we need to accelerate efforts to avail our region of every chance to successfully engage the challenges and possibilities of the 21st century.
Besides discussions on ways of ending security challenges in the north, this meeting is expected to come up with ways of harnessing and turning around the economic potentials of the region to fully engage the youth. The meeting continues tomorrow to listen to more suggestions from the committees earlier formed by the forum in their last meetings on ways to end these problems once and for all. From the Government House Council Chambers, Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi.
Lagos State Government will shut down the Third Mainland Bridge from midnight Friday 26th to midnight Saturday 27th February 2021. A statement by the Commissioner for Transportation, Dr. Frederick Oladeyinde, states that the total closure of the bridge is to enable the contractors move the equipment used during the rehabilitation process of the bridge completely to allow both the Oronshoki and Adeniji-bound lanes open fully to traffic. The Commissioner therefore advised motorists from Ugudu, Alakbere, and Bagada to use Ikorodu Road, Jibowu, and Yaba as alternative routes, while Iyono-Oronshoki-bound traffic from Lagos Island, Ido, Oyimbo, Adekunle, and Yaba enjoined to use Herbert Macaulay Way, Jibowu, and Ikorodu Road as alternative routes. Oladeyinde assured that traffic management personnel would be deployed along the affected routes to minimize and address any traffic impediments during the closure, while commending Lagosians for their cooperation during the prolonged repair works of the bridge. The Commissioner assured that the bridge is now safe for use by all and sundry. The Norwegian Seafood Council is leading the quest for the return of stockfish on the list of 44 items valid for foreign exchange window in line with the Central Bank of Nigeria's guidelines. The argument is posited by the Council is not for financial gains but for sustainable fish production and promoting healthy consumption pattern among the populace. Michael Olale has the details.
Apart from energy-intensive products, Norway's export capacity thrives on seafood, with the sector contributing $12.7 billion to the GDP in 2019. The country's dominance in seafood production basically is to spearhead a paradigm shift in global food systems to include more food from the ocean. This seminar is in fulfillment of this mandate following the placement of stockfish, a major export component of seafood, on the CBN's list of 41 items excluded from Forex.
I understand perfectly well why the Nigerian government would like to protect the growing fish industry in this country. I've spoken to many Nigerian officials about this, and we stand ready to offer our assistance in building up that capacity. We want to also, at the same time, while doing that, focus on removing challenges to this trade that we're talking about today that is so beneficial to us all.
The COVID-19 pandemic, no doubt, has created a dislocation in the global food chain, and the Norwegian Seafood Council, obviously concerned, is seeking the restoration of lives and homes through the demand.
Removing stockfish from the list of products subject to currency restrictions would indeed also take away the incentive to declare stockfish heads as animal feed. This is a highly unethical practice, and it is a matter of concern for Norwegian authorities. A Nigerian chef once said, "The taste of stockfish is life. We can't cook without stockfish." I couldn't agree more.
Stockfish is, in Nigeria, it's a national product. It consumes and it's consumed and liked all over Nigeria now. It is a product for the population, not a luxury for an average Nigerian.
With about 1.2 million metric tons of total fish production, Nigeria equally depends on importation of more stockfish to meet up with total consumption of 3.6 million metric tons.
The total volume of stockfish and stockfish heads imported from Norway into Nigeria is quite minimal when compared with that of other imported commodities like the pelagic fishes, mackerel, eggs, and herrings, etc. With this relatively low volume being imported into the country, it could be said that the total volume of foreign currencies that is consumed by this product is very minimal, especially when compared to other items on the Central Bank of Nigeria's list of 44 items that can buy foreign currencies.
Nigeria is the second largest importer of seafood from Norway, after the People's Republic of China. Nigerian imports from Norway stood as $148.39 million as at 2019. We cherish the relationship and will continue to foster the growth of investment, trade, and cooperation between both countries.
Seafood can be an important part of the solution in terms of rebuilding communities, creating jobs, and food production. And there are several potentials in the seafood industry to jumpstart battered economies post-COVID-19.
From creating awareness about seafood safety to discouraging the use of chemicals to preserve seafoods, the presence of the Norwegian Seafood Council in Nigeria can be traced to the 19th century. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NT News.
Time now for a commercial break, but remember, you can send your eyewitness account to our youth journalist platform on our Nta2.tv website.
It's never been this fantastic. Your favorite exciting programs delivered to you directly on your digital devices. Video streaming so smooth and easy on www.nta2.tv. From arts to entertainment, education to news, business to politics, technology to weather, there's never a dull moment on www.nta2.tv. Our You Journalist platform on nta2.tv allows you submit your eyewitness account of stories around you just with a few clicks. To get your product and services going viral, advertise on nta2.tv. You could also follow us on our social media platforms: Twitter at NTA2LNC, Facebook NTA2 Lagos Network Center, YouTube NTA2 Lagos, and others. For further inquiries about advert placement and partnership, please contact May Gas on +234 802 520 2520, Ayo on +234 805 524 1384, Yusuf on +234 806 041 2236, Bolaji on +234 805 351 9998. NTA2 Lagos, your reach out station.
Welcome back. As Nigeria awaits the arrival of the much-anticipated COVID-19 vaccines, stakeholders in the health sector are recommending a multi-sectorial approach in ensuring a sustainable solution to the fight against the pandemic. This was at a media briefing by the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria on the rollout of the COVID-19 vaccines in the country. Hingino John Adams reports.
For the past 1 year, Nigeria and many other countries of the world have been battling to contain the COVID-19 pandemic. With the availability of pharmaceutical drugs and non-pharmaceutical measures adopted, vaccination is considered the most effective. For now, some countries have received the vaccines and commenced its administration, while Nigeria is about to take delivery of her first 16 million doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines. Although there are several conspiracy theories as regards its efficacy and safety, experts say it should be seen as a public health good.
The vaccine is to stimulate the body to produce the antibodies that will fight infection for us. So we should not lose our guard because the vaccines are coming. But it's a good thing that we have them.
Strengthening the nation's health system, aggressive public enlightenment, effective enforcement of the COVID-19 protocols, even as vaccination begins, and consideration of community pharmacies as vaccination centers are some of the recommendations by the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria.
This is the time to drastically work on improving and strengthening the health system and the infrastructure in Nigeria. Increased budgetary allocation to health is strongly recommended.
The Society is also advocating the passage of the Pharmacy Bill currently before the National Assembly to empower the sector. In Lagos, Hingino John Adams, NTA News.
Latest figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control as of the 24th of February shows that 655 new cases of the coronavirus have been recorded in 21 states of the Federation, including the FCT, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 153,842 in Nigeria. Out of the new infections, Lagos recorded the daily highest of 240 cases, followed by Ogun with 88 cases, Rivers 56, FCT 51, Kaduna 43, Kano 25, Plateau 21, Taraba 19, Edo 17, Abia 15, Delta 13, Nasarawa 11, Akwa Ibom, Kwara and Oyo recorded 10 cases each, Kebbi 9, Borno 5, Bayelsa and Gombe had 4 new cases each. Ekiti and Oshun also recorded 2 new cases. 130,818 persons have been discharged, while 1,885 deaths have been recorded across the country. Now to the foreign scene. Up next is Global Tidbits. announced plans on Wednesday to allocate $688 million for vaccines and over $750 million to boost youth employment in a bid to tackle the economic devastation caused by the coronavirus pandemic. Sources say money is particularly short for the South African government as last year's GDP growth contracted 7.2% and the country was already in the grips of a recession before the pandemic hit. But the finance minister said the economy would rebound by 3.4% this year. Meanwhile, hundreds of German police officers conducted coordinated raids early Thursday in Berlin and the surrounding state of Brandenburg in the investigation of an organized group banned over allegations of Islamic extremism. The organization, whose name translates literally as the Berlin Group, was banned by Berlin's state interior minister ahead of the raids on the grounds it was a very radical group that followed the Islamic State group's ideology. And finally, the World Health Organization's Europe unit is reporting that about 1 in 10 people who contracted COVID-19 continue to show persistent ill health 12 weeks after infection. In a policy brief released on Thursday, WHO Europe urged policymakers to do more to acknowledge and treat long COVID, which can bring severe fatigue, chest pain, among others. And that's it on Global Tidbits. And Nta2 News is next.
Nigerian rapper Vector has advised women on how to protect themselves from men who touch them inappropriately. In a series of posts shared via his Twitter page, the music star advised single women to always move around with a taser. Vector, who recently welcomed a baby with his partner, is known to be quite blunt and vocal about social topics on social media. Meanwhile, Nigerian music star Davido has made his debut on NPR Tiny Desk as part of the Black History Month. During the show, where he performed live with his actual vocals, he was supported by a 4-piece band and 2 backing singers, a guy and a girl. All melodies were played live as Davido displayed his 2 biggest awards, his awards for the BET Best International Act, Africa, and his MTV African Music Awards for Best African Act. Dressed in all black, he performed songs like Gobe, Risky, and Jowo. Davido revealed that his dad, an African-American, is his biggest inspiration. By doing this, Davido follows Burna Boy and Tiwa Savage as the only Nigerians to perform at the show. A few weeks ago, Wizkid postponed his performance due to COVID-19 related issues. And on the foreign scene, Tom Holland has finally spilled the beans on the new Spider-Man movie title after trolling fans online. Holland, 24, took to Instagram to share a humorous video unveiling the title of the next Spider-Man installment. The video then pans over to a whiteboard, revealing the actual title for the new film, Spider-Man No Way Home. And that's it on our entertainment news. I am Uzezi Arure.
And sports update is next.
Powerlifting is set to receive a boost in Nigeria, with the president of the World Powerlifting Nigeria and World Natural Strongman Federation of Nigeria, Amos Sunday Tubolaefa, better known as Sonny Power, going on a massive grassroots awareness and training drive. At a press conference in Abuja Thursday, the Bayelsa State-born athlete, who prides himself as the most decorated Nigerian powerlifter, revealed that one of his goals is to see powerlifting become a national sports festival event.
Catch them young, talent hunting, we cash award will always be in our event. Annual coaching seminar will be organized to improve our techniques. My mission is to unite to bring all powerlifters on board to come together to achieve our goals.
In volleyball, Nigeria's decision to host the Africa Under-18 Girls and Under-19 Boys Championship is said to be indicative of the desire of the Nigeria Volleyball Federation to further develop the sport in the country.
It's one of the manifesto of the current president of Nigerian Volleyball, Engineer Musa Nimrod, is to promote the junior teams, and that we've been doing. We've attended junior championships in Kenya, we've hosted under-21, we've attended in Ghana, and here we are hosting under-18 and 19.
And that ends our news with a quick reminder that the fastest and easiest way to becoming a star is to connect with the NTA to stand against rape and rapists. Thank you for watching.